Modeling plug valve, episode 3. Well, we are here. We shall add a square flange for this opening. Let's add a cube first. Earlier I have selected 6 centimeters. Let's see whether this suits good. Increase or decrease here. Well, the flange stands here. Let me move it to 1/4. To this quadrant I am moving it. And see the thickness, since it is a cube, it's all over the same, which I will reduce to somewhere around 1.4. Okay, it's thick enough. So this is 1/4 of the flange, and we can mirror it here and all over the 4 sides. Before that, we will do some operations here. Let's go to the edit mode. Select this edge. So I will bevel it. Maybe 1.2. Let's see. Okay. And segments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The flange will have a rounded corner. Very good. Now, object mode. Okay. You just keep it like this. It's good to have this corner, a bevel, a chamfered corner. So let's see, again going to edit mode, and we will select by loop selection. It's selecting all over, and we try. You see that it's not an impressive beveling. It is trying to bevel all the sides, more so in the bottom than on the side. So I think that it's not a good idea to go for beveling. Instead, we will try some other means. Okay, we will make a loop cut here. Bring it all over to the bottom. Fine. Okay, we made a loop cut here and separated these 2 faces. Okay, now we shall select this edge and then now go for edge loops. So again taking the edges, and then instead of going for beveling, we will try reducing the there is a bevel here. Only thing that you cannot apply a shading here, it does not matter. We shall bevel out this area. We shall hide this plug, edit mode. Now I want to bevel this. I bevel this. You see, the entire area is not getting beveled. So Control Z. I will select these two edges and dissolve them. Now let's see if we bevel this. That's good. I bevel it all along to somewhere here. Okay. And then the shape above 0.5 and above, let me put it that way, will make a convex curve. Here we prefer to have a concave curve. Let's do it carefully. Not beyond a limit. Now see, this red line concave surface is concentric with rest of the similar circular shapes. Fairly alright. Segment appears to be too much. Okay, 8. Okay, let's see how does it appear. Fair enough. Now you see the cross section, that the sharp corner is not there, and there is a curvilinear surface here. I prefer to keep it like this. Okay. By keeping it like this, if we apply mirror modifier, you see, it has mirrored it here. We don't want it over here, we want it somewhere here. So before that, we select this and then set the origin to the 3D cursor. Now the origin has come to 3D origin, aligned with the 3D origin. Now let's see. Good. But for a small issue here, okay, we will go to edit mode and make it alright. Object mode. There's no gap. Yeah, we should practice in such a way that one way or other we solve it. Okay, this has come out all right. We have a cylinder already which we used for drilling the holes in the flange. The same cylinder, since we have not deleted, we can use that over here. Okay, its center is not at its shape, but it does not matter. Say it is 1 centimeter, we shall make it as 1.2. Again 1.2. Good. This we are going to use it as Boolean cutter to make a hole in the piece of the flange. Okay, while making these holes, we struggle to make it perfectly. Now let's make it as close as perfect. Okay, for which we are in object mode. We shall add a plane. Yeah, earlier I have tried 8.8. So by default it is coming as 8.8. Hope that size should be good enough. Let's give a color to that, a material. We will discuss about how we are going to use material in detail after a while. Okay. We want to select this shape. What am I struggling? Will be clear in a while. Let's see. This square is in the center, aligning with the center of rest of the objects, including this quarter flange, excepting that Boolean cutter. Let me expand it. This center of the Boolean cutter is not in line with the edge. So, okay, now perfect. Let's select this shape and use modifier Boolean. No, that's a different one. The Boolean area is here. This is mirror area. You shrink it. This is the Boolean area. We take the eyedropper and select the cylinder. Rememberingly, we apply it. Okay. Now the shape is here. Now we can hide this. This also we will hide. The purpose for the time being is over. Okay. Now we go to mirror. Fine. We have added a flange and there are 4 holes equally spaced, and we availed a groove here so that the bonnet flange that's going to sit over here will get centrally located. That's the purpose of this groove. That flange will have a projection. Beautiful. You see that, you carefully see that it has got ridges. If we have selected more edges, it would have been better shape, but we have selected only fewer edges, and as well as here. So can we smoothen this? Yeah. Some people will suggest to use this subdivide, and the shape get drastically affected. It's very difficult to, even if you work to bring it back, I have to work with the loop cut tool very many times. Still, I could never achieve a perfect shape, a desired shape. So I don't want to use this at all. Instead, we will select this shape in object mode and then shade smooth. This again de-shaped it, made it as if a melting butter. So use a modifier. Edge split. See, we brought back the shape. For training purpose, with the ridges it should be alright, but this is the way we can make the shape smooth. It's a good education. Fine. Now we have added the flange, a square flange on the top. Next step is to add a mating flange which will carry the gland rope like features. With this we are completing this session.
Now we will see as how to develop the mating flange for this square flange. This square flange we developed out of a cube. Cube was the starting object. Now for this mating flange we will consider a cylinder, and from that cylinder let's see how we can develop the top mating flange. Since earlier I have selected these dimensions, vertice is 24 instead of 32 and radius 8. Let's say that 8.6. Okay. The thickness being 1.6. Let's see that how does this dimension stand good. The cylinder is sitting on this top flange. This we will see how we can develop the top flange. For developing this top flange we have made a square plane. Same thing we will use it. Plane we used for development of the top flange. The same thing we will use here. The diagonal of the square and the diameter of the cylinder are one and the same. Hide this for the time being. The plug and hide the rest of them. Plug alone we will keep. Okay. This cylinder, take the edit mode and we will insert a face over here. The face that matches with the diameter of this plug. Okay. On the back side, again, we make a face. To match with the diameter of the plug. Okay. Now keeping the selection on, select this. Break the face. Now, let's see they are of same dimension. Yes, more or less. They are not 100% the same. We will make them the same. Edit mode. And enlarge it. Very good. We make that holds the same. I disturb the height, which I make it now alright. Fine. Now bring the plug again. So the gap is more. It's not too loose, neither it is not biting the plug. We adjusted the diameter in such a way that the hole is with a perfect fit. Again in the process, okay, check now and then that some unwanted disturbance happens. Okay, now it looks fine. We'll take a loop cut. Okay, one more here. We will select these faces. We'll handpick them. One of the reasons why we made the cylinder faces as 24 instead of 32 is that we will be working with the lesser faces. I am creating a gland housing. Very good. In this side, let me make another loop cut. Somewhere here, we can readjust that as required. So go to object mode, hide the plug and bring in this. So this is the slot where a projection has to be made in this flange. This looks to be big. I will scale it down. Okay, let me hide it. I need to do one more loop cut here. Keep it very close to. Okay, now let me go to the selection. No. Carefully select only the required faces and okay. Select. Size it down to match with the other circle. Yeah, this projection is to accommodate the gland row. Okay, we will invoke the square shape. Go to edit mode, take the X-ray facility, keep the vertex open, select this vectors, take the scale, Okay, it has aligned to the center. Bring it to be in line with the edge. Yeah, they are in one line now. Again, we will do for this side. Now I am selecting these edges and taking the scale facility, trying to alter this shape using the scale tool and accepting these two. This got affected because of my action. Guided with this, I put 0 here, value, and it gets aligned with the 3D center. Let me bring it back to this so that this is also aligned. One more side is to be attended to. Little practice can make the things perfect. Bring this and align it to well. Now let me explain the reason why I have selected a cylindrical shape for the top flange. Convenient to make these circular sections, and finally we can make the square outer sides. Very good. Let's see them in the object mode. Now let's keep the guiding plane aside and see, it's a perfect square with the needed projections above and below. Very good. Now get back to the edit mode. We will select these edges. And apply bevel to them. When we apply bevel, it's good to have the flange so that amount of beveling is as much as the earlier flange. Yeah, sounds great. Segments we put 6 for the earlier flange. The same 6 we'll use it here also. Yeah, this is how it is. Looks good. Okay. Now let me select one of the edges and select all the edges around it and beautiful. 2, 3. Yeah. What remains is to make holes. Okay. We will retain 1/4 of this flange and slice off the rest. Take the X-ray tool, select carefully. See, we have selected 1/2 of it and then delete the vertices. We have deleted it. See? Now we will delete this as well. Very good. Now we'll box it up by forming a new face. Now what's remaining is to make a hole here. We will bring in the cylinder that we use for making the bolt hole. This is the cylinder which we use for making the bolt hole. Confirm this by driving it all the way through the bottom flange. Okay. Go to modifier, avail the Boolean facility, select the Boolean cutter, cut that and apply it without forgetting. Now this hole is made. Hide the Boolean cutter, which may not be required any further, but still keep it safe. Yeah, we don't need to close this face unless it is called for. Okay, fine. These are all the total components. Plug. So, excepting the plug, rest are all only a quarter of that. Using the mirror facility, we can create. We created the half of it. Now, okay, we created the half of it. Now, what it is worth, we shall close this edge also. Perfect. This, let me apply the mirror modifier. See, this is the right position. A space here to accommodate a gasket. Could be a brass, so that it will prevent the leak here. Also press the plug. Since it is brass, it will not give undue pressure over the plug, and this void will accommodate the rope. What we need to come up with is a gland plate, and then make this cylindrical portion a square, which we will see in the next session.
Get the intimation of the forthcoming episodes. Please subscribe. Press the bell icon. Visit our website. Thank you.